Hey, before I start cursing and talking all kind of stupid shit, I just want to say I give my props to my grandmother up above. Ma, I love you, the only mother I ever known. And I give props to my granddad that's probably chilling at home watching TV. What's up, Dad? The only father I ever known. And I gotta give props to my aunts and uncles for keeping me afloat. Now, it's been a while, motherfuckers, since I made y'all laugh. It comes to what made me want to think about comedy is because I'm a big fan of Eddie Murphy. I love Eddie Murphy. Mr. Fuck You Man. Eddie! Eddie! Why you treat me like animal? Eddie! Eddie! Half! Goody goo goo. Norton, Norton, how would you like to fuck me up the ass? That was Ricky Ricardo, but Eddie Murphy's laugh is. I thought you were gonna say flick, but you said slick. Ah! But anyway, I fell in love with comedy forever. I used to like that more than when I used to watch cartoons as a little kid. I watched Three's Company, What's Happening, Night Court, Urkel, um, Perfect Strangers, any kind of comedy you would think of. Now my favorites are, I know it's been off the air for quite a while, but I love that 70s show. I love Big Bang Theory for Kaylee Cuoco, of course. And, I love Family Guy and The Simpsons. Freaking sweet hair. What the deuce? You vile woman. How dare you? Ugh. Anyway, I don't know, but what made me want to do something like this? I did one back in 2011, but it was kind of outdated. And out of respect for certain people that died, I took it down. But what made me want to share my opinion and laughs about life is that I love the I love Kings of Comedy, and what made me want to do this most of all was Eddie Murphy Raw, when he was talking about Bill Cosby, and he was doing the I would like to talk to you about the things that you say in your show. You cannot say fuck in front of people. You cannot go around saying filth, farm, and filth in front of people. I didn't say no filth, farm, and filth in front of people. I'm offended you call fuck you. That's what I'm talking about. You cannot say fuck in front of people. But I come from a pretty funny family. My uncle, who's a lawyer, man, he'll look at every freaking crack on the wall and look for anything, even if it's a split second to talk about something. You cannot even fart or break wind in front of this dude, because he will talk about, he not only is he a lawyer, but he was a police, a deputy inspector and a lawyer at the same time, and a police captain and whatnot. So this guy, and he put me on to wrestling and stuff like that, and that's one of my main things that I love. Wrestling is what made me stop watching cartoons, But I know what people gonna say. Man in tights, y'all could go fuck yourselves, cause that's the best entertainment ever. That's the best entertainment ever, and they do bust their ass in the ring. Granted, they're wearing leotards, but it's believe me, it's the best thing going today. Now my uncle is funny as hell. He one day, one unfortunately one of my aunt's husband died, and he went up to the older aunt that she's the older one, and she went up. He went up to her husband and said, "Since you're one of the oldest husbands-in-laws and whatnot, weren't you supposed to go first?" And that shit was fucked up for real. But my grandmother was funny too because a lot of times, she was so prim and proper, like the Lucille Ball type of, always wearing a dress and never wore like pants or anything like that. She when her kids were young and when I came about, because I'm a grandchild, but they adopted me. When her kids were little, she used to do the same thing she did with me. And she would be talking on the phone with some Portuguese lady. Yes, I can speak Creole, Portuguese. Tu pode falar Creole muito bem. I can even curse people out. I could say, um, já. I could say, bapa merda. I could say, filha de puta. I could say, porra, xisa, all this kind of things. Yeah, man, I could curse you out in so many different languages, bro. Um, she would be on the phone talking all cutesy, obrigadinha, obrigadinha, and the kids would be running around. Ah! She'd be like, shut up! But she would yell it real loud, and then the other person would hear, but she think because she half covered her hand and shit, nobody can hear that shit. And then she'd be sitting by the stoop waving hi to people, and she'd be like, and soon as they walk away, she'd be like, motherfucker, I don't even know you. but but yeah, so yeah, but you know, my grandfather's funny too. I used to say he's cheap, but I better stop talking shit because he's half the reason why I got my place going and why I do the shit that I do for hobby wise, my video game habit and whatnot. Um so he there was a guy in the neighborhood that I think asked him for $1, and a year later the motherfucker forgot and asked my grandfather for $1 again. And and my grandfather said, I'm still waiting for that dollar that you owe me last year. I was like, oh shit. Um yeah, man, so that's some funny shit. Like this girl, I had many, many AIDS growing up, and let me tell you something. I have had home attendance. When I mean AIDS, I don't mean HIV, motherfuckers. I'm talking about AIDS help. Since I was becoming a young adult, and I had a girl that she was good looking. Italian chick. When we first moved to Staten Island and whatnot, but she was lazy as fuck and high as a kite. They could say whatever they want about minorities, but sometimes, let me just leave that alone. But yeah, she would be high as a kite. She had the nerve to tell me one day, "You spend so much money on video games and wrestling shit. What? How you think you gonna get a girlfriend?" And and I'd be like, "Bitch, you spend so much money on weed. How the hell you gonna get a boyfriend?" But what was I gonna say? I was thinking about. Uh, I'm a big hip hop fan, big hip hop fan. Love Biggie, love Method Man, my Staten Islandite, love Puff, love Mace. See, people don't even give a shout out to Mace, but love Mace. And and I just want to say that, you know, um, like, remember Fade to Black with Jay-Z, where he's like, um, I saw you on MTV Cribs and he was talking about Just Blaze or something. He go, yo, I just motherfucking make beats so that I could keep up my video game habit. That's the same reason why I work for Regal, to keep up with my video game habit. So, I feel you. I feel you on that one. Um, Yo, there's a lot of rude ass people when I be working in the movie theater, yo. They be talking shit about the fact that I can't walk and stuff like that. And making jokes. Oh, you sitting on a job. There was this one brother, old ass brother, looked like something out of the 70s. He looked like a human hamper. He talking about you can't walk, right? And he laughed in my face and he does that little joke where he's running away from me. It don't matter, because all I gotta do is get on my walkie and his ass be arrested. Probably wouldn't be the first time neither. Crusty ass. But smell like a big ass chimney and shit. But yeah, man. They one time they came up to me and two old ladies came up to me